What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP Bullion, and this is your morning market wake-up call for Monday, October 19th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and jump on into the markets and see where we're starting this week off at. Gold is up nicely, currently at $19.85. Silver has made a very nice jump, currently at $24.90, giving us a ratio of 77.09. Platinum is up, currently at $885.68, and palladium is back over that $2,400 mark at $24.18.40. In other metals markets, rhodium is steady at $12,800. We've seen big increases on base metals, some of them anyway. Let's see, copper is at $3.06. Nickel has seen a nice gain, currently at $7.09. Aluminum is up at 84 cents. Zinc steady at $1.10, and lead also steady at 79 cents. Barrels of crude oil are up, currently at $40.82. Last week, we closed out Wall Street mixed. The Dow was up 112 points. We're going to be starting the week off at 28,606.31. The NASDAQ was down 42 points. It'll be starting the week at 11,671.56. And the S&P 500 was up, but just shy of half a point. It's going to be starting the week off at 34,83.81. The U.S. dollar index is down. It is currently at 93.28. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, then you're lucky there. Those are up, currently at 11,495.13. And if you happen to trade in the Goldback, either the Utah or the Nevada, those are exchanging at $3.19, but I do expect that to rise once their market opens later today. So with the big increase in gold and metal prices, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at why, some of the reasons that we're seeing these increases. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is an article that comes to us from Kitco News, Anna Golubova over there. This one is titled, Markets Addicted to Stimulus as Anxiety Builds. What to Expect from Gold Price with Election 2 Weeks Away. Gold's stable position at $1,900 an ounce at the $1,900 an ounce level could be the calm before the storm, as the U.S. presidential election is just 2 weeks away, and a lot of investors are choosing to stay on the sidelines amid high levels of anxiety in the marketplace. Quote, uncertainty remains the watchword in the market, said StoneX head of market analysis for EMEA and Asia regions, Rona O'Connell. Quote, the fact that the gold price has not moved and is still doggedly trading in a range in dollar terms reflected in reluctance of market participants to take aggressive positions ahead of the election result, in our view, at least the election result with a bullish for gold regardless. Primary triggers for gold remain the U.S. stimulus negotiations and the U.S. dollar's reaction to those off on again headlines. Quote, gold and equities are addicted to the stimulus package, and looking at the negotiations, any sort of rhetoric has a direct correlation between equities and gold. That's why gold is in a holding pattern, said Phoenix Futures and Options LLC President Kevin Grady, as he told Kitco News on Friday. For now, gold is likely to remain in a range between $1,880 and $1,930 an ounce, said MKSSA Precious Metals Trader Senior Vice President Afshin Nabavi. Gold is following the dollar and the stock market. We have to break the 1925 on the upside, and on the downside, solid support is at 1880. The sentiment is more on the bullish side of the metal, said Nabavi. The U.S. fiscal stimulus package is looking improbable before the November 3rd general election at this point, said analysts. In the latest update, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin told House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that President Donald Trump would personally ask the Senate Republicans for support on any deal that is reached. However, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell rejected the idea, stating he would not be able to sell a larger package to his members. It's kind of a funny line. Sorry. I got a dirty mind this morning, apparently. With the president lagging in the polls nationally and several swing states, Trump no longer has the clout to swing the Senate around, said Bannockburn Global Forex Managing Director Mark Chandler. Gold's price action is directly tied to stimulus because the metal is inflation-driven, Grady explained. The more money the government prints, the more the U.S. dollar depreciates, he added. As they devalue currency, that is pushing gold up. Even Bitcoin will start to increase as an alternative investment. The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency, and when you devalue it, it gives gold a boost, Grady stated. Before or after the election, the stimulus will eventually be passed as both presidential candidates see the need for more spending. Regardless of which presidential candidate gets in, gold will ultimately be going higher. Both candidates will be spending money, and that is bullish for gold, said Grady. I expect gold to advance back to $2,000 by year end. Biden is likely to spend more, while Trump's spending is likely to be more directional. Still, both candidates will be good for gold. RJO future senior commodities broker Daniel Pavlonius pointed out. Gold will continue to grind higher going into the elections and maybe even make new highs off of that. There is an edge for more stimulus if Biden gets in, as more money will be pumped out without restraint. With Trump, it is going to be more directional flow of money, but if you still have the Federal Reserve continuing to print up paper and buy treasuries, everything is extremely accommodating, Pavlonius said. Ultimately, we make new highs by year end. $2,300 is my target at the beginning of the year. Oh, $2,300 was my target at the beginning of the year. It is possible that we may still get there. I don't know if we're going to get to $2,300 or not, but we'll see. Good, fingers crossed, I guess. Another element keeping investors cautious of the renewed surge in COVID-19 cases around the globe as fears of new lockdowns weigh on sentiment. Gold investors are also attentive to the latest developments surrounding the spread of the virus as COVID-19 makes a resurgence across Europe and the United States. In this pre-vaccine era, the country's economic recovery is contingent on how well it can contain the coronavirus, as it is on the health response to each country that forms the basis of its economic recovery, said FXTM market analysis Han Tan. That's kind of a fun name, Han Tan. Sounds like a Star Wars character. Sorry. Economic recovery could be slowed or even derailed if the coronavirus is not contained, which benefits safe haven assets such as gold, Tan added. The latest economic data out of the United States so far has been mixed. While this week's jobless claim numbers rose to their highest level since August, combined with climbing towards the 900,000 mark, the U.S. retail sales more than doubled expectations, coming in at 1.9% in September. There is a dilemma the government around the world is facing. Opening up the economies too soon could lead to more severe lockdowns. Not opening the economies enough could mean pausing the economy, said Grady. People are still spending money and they want to get out. But as people get out there, there's no vaccine, and people are subject to the virus, he said. Eventually, the virus will end up going away, but a lot of people will be totally desolated by this. This goes on. Let's see. The election is just 2 weeks away. There's reason why there's a lot of anxiety in the marketplace ahead of the election, with the biggest risk still being a possibility of a contested election and even a chance of civil unrest. The election outcome is far from assured, and political risks could still hurt shock bulls if they simply charge recklessly higher, noted Tan. Should equity markets dramatically sell off before the election, gold will also get hurt as investors raise liquidity, warned O'Connell. The move, however, will likely be temporary. Certainly, as evidenced in the February-March falls of this year, gold's decline will be a lot smaller than that in the stocks, and will be more than rapidly readdressed. The U.S. remains highly polarized during this election. On top of that, there are COVID-19 restrictions and confusions over mail-in ballots. Plus, there's a looming question of whether Trump will accept and recognize the results if Biden wins. Uncertainty around the election is a problem. If you don't trust the electoral system, there is a problem, Grady pointed out. On the radar next week are the latest U.S. housing figures. The U.S. building permits and housing starts will be released on Tuesday, followed by the existing home sales on Thursday. Jobless claims will also be out on Thursday, followed by manufacturing PMI data on Friday. Another interesting item will be the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell speaking at a panel on the future of cross-border payments and digital currencies at the International Monetary Fund's annual meeting on Monday. That's today. So, that was a long-winded article. Whew. I need some. There we go. So, guys, sounds like we got a rough couple weeks ahead of us. Ooh. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get through this? What do you think? I mean, obviously, a lot of people are thinking that this election is going to be the go button for gold or the brake pedal for gold. Of course, where gold goes, silver is going to follow. So a lot of us are watching this in the silver community as well. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Guys, I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate old IndieXP Bullion, please consider hitting that thumbs up button for me right there. Helps me out immensely. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on when all the latest and greatest content is coming out, also consider hitting that subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner. Bing bong, so you can stay notified of when that content comes out. Speaking of content, the box is going to pop up right here, and you know that's going to be your gateway to the previous content. You can catch up on the back catalog right there at the end of this video. Guys, I've been IndieXP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.